Hello dear friends, I congratulate you on the fall period. And what is this period significant for us? Of course, colds and illnesses. What do we usually think? Well, spring and fall period. What? Not enough vitamins, not enough sunshine, immunity drops for some reason, and in general, everyone around us is sick. And viruses, bacteria, there are children who went to kindergarten, some who went to school, will catch this contagion, bring home, well, how not to get sick. Help, save, kind people, right? You get sick, you get angry, you get even sicker. How to get out of this vicious circle? Let's work out together today whether it's really so. I will tell you about colds from the psychosomatic side. Be sure to watch this video to the end, because at the end I will have a gift for you which will help to improve the quality of your health. My name is Vadim Sanzharov. I'm a clinical psychologist, hypnologist specialist in the field of psychosomatics. For over a decade now, I have been helping people to get well and not get sick in the future using the tools of psychosomatics. Subscribe to my channel, it's all about health and psychosomatics. Well, I want to start my story actually with myself, because I'm a person just like you. And my whole childhood, I was just sick all the time. When I remember my childhood, yes, I immediately have these basins, mustard plasters, some kind of lotions with something we breathe, some inhalations. My mom is all stressed out and nervous. She says he's sick again, what to do? Everything is tight in chest, and it's always spinning around. One thing, then another, then another. And my dad used to say all the time, it's all bacteria, viruses, yeah. Somebody gets it, one person has to get it, and then we all get sick. If my dad got sick, he would go around, he'd get all worked up, angry at the disease, angry at himself, and then we'd all get sick. If mom or I got sick, then in a circle again, we all got sick. Because daddy would say, well, what did you want? Everyone should be sick. And at the same time, everyone was angry, tense, but sick. And even in this state, a picture of the world presented itself to me, as if something was wrong with me, as if I had a weak immune system. Everyone says to me, why are you sick again? You went to that school, what was it? Why is your immune system somehow wrong? And I, as a kid, I didn't realize what's wrong with my immune system. What is this immunity anyway? Why do I get sick all the time? Well, I didn't have the knowledge, but what did I have? A kind of label appeared that there is something wrong with me. I am a person with a weak immune system, even if I don't understand what this word means, but I am susceptible to some such diseases. When I began to live on my own, I started to study, that is, I grew up, I started to get sick, actually much less. But the most interesting thing, I went to study in medical school. I was already practicing massage. I wanted to immerse myself in medicine. I wanted to work as an ambulance paramedic. And yes, and to do massages at the same time. And then I had this idea, well, immunity, hold on, as the saying goes, Vadim, you are about to gain knowledge, he will show you now. Yes, and I thought that I would learn medicine, I would learn to make injections, I would make some cocktails, I don't know. I watched some films, I would give myself these injections and I would never get sick at all. I will have this kind of immunity, that was my plan. But when I started studying, we had a pharmacology course, a year where we went through all the pills, yeah, how all this is formed, the side effects. Then after the pharmacology course, I completely abandoned the idea. And my only medicines were mustard platers, tea with lemon, I don't know, alternative methods, that's it. Pills I didn't use at all after that. Why? Because on the course we went through what these pills are for, how they help, and the side effects of all the pills. And I was ruled by fear, yes. And it happened that I bought some pills, I knew the side effects, plus I read them and I didn't dare to take them. Because I realized that these are not just words. Each tablet really has such and such actions. But that's not the point I'm telling you about. The key point is that at that moment, I was already directed in the other direction. I used folk remedies, got my results, but I was still sick. And in my head, I did not understand why I was sick. And when I asked the teachers questions, what is happening? Why did I, sitting at home, even without communicating with many people, still get sick? What is going on? And they tell me, well, you know, your immunity has dropped. It's like we already have bacteria, viruses in our body. Our immunity just dropped. And then they kind of went up, and that's what it is. I still didn't understand it, but why is that happening? What is there to do about it? And as I remember now, I read some book where you need the power of thought, the power of and when I asked the teachers questions, what is happening? Why did I, sitting at home, even without communicating with many people, still get sick? What is going on? And they tell me, well, you know, your immunity has dropped. It's as if we already have bacteria and viruses in our bodies. Our immunity just dropped. And then they rose, and this is what we have. I still didn't understand it, but why is this happening? What to do about it? And as I remember now, I read some book where you need the power of thought, the power of self-belief. You need to do something and you need to tell yourself that you have a strong immune system. And even when I said these words to myself, I didn't believe it. How? Because my whole childhood I had a completely different paradigm. I don't have a strong immune system. I get sick all the time. I'm kind of a sick person. I considered myself a sick person inside, because when I closed my eyes, I had a picture of my mother where she was so afraid and said, well, why are you sick all the time? Well, what's wrong? What pills should you take so that you never actually get sick? And I remember this day, I had another cold. There was snow outside, some kind of melting. The weather was so wet. Yes, I left early from class, and I go to the bus stop, and I just tell myself I'm a person with a strong immune system. I'm fine. I'm recovering quickly. I have all the necessary resources to recover. And from our building to the stop, it was probably a 15-minute walk, something like that. Yes, give or take. And while I was walking, I repeated this to myself like a mantra. When I went to the stop and got on the bus, I was surprised, but I began to feel much better. Somehow my mood lifted. Somehow the sun came out. Somehow I even had more strength. I thought, it's cool. It somehow works, although I didn't hover my legs in a basin. There, I don't know. I didn't do one thing there, the second, the third. Yes, I just told myself that. And even then, I slowly started to think that I should believe in myself. Yes, I should go, move on. Then life moved me further, and I started practicing kinesiology, osteopathy, and the main point of osteopathy is that the body, it has all the necessary resources for recovery. It only needs help to remove these internal blocks, so to speak, osteopathic damage, and the body will repair itself. It's a cool philosophy. My teachers told me about it. I practiced, I worked, and my paradigm started to change, that yes, you need to help a person. And really, people came with different diseases, with different conditions. I worked osteopathically. They came out after, felt much better and recovered faster, even if they had some colds or something else, because the reserve forces of the body were raised. I loved it. It worked great. And at the end of this video, friends, you're going to get my author's meditation for boosting immunity. It's a very powerful and forceful meditation that I recorded during the coronavirus. It has helped thousands of people to boost their immunity and easily deal with colds and other illnesses. Be sure to listen to it and believe in yourself. But then, after a while, a tornado burst into my life. I don't know, a psychosomatic tsunami, and my life in general completely turned around. I saw that our reactions, our thoughts, our internal conflicts and strategies affect our body, all our systems, the immune system, the nervous system, and everything originates there. And then in the body we can see these changes that occur. And of course, yes, this also applies to colds. And now I know where it starts and what needs to be done about it. Let's say now in my family I don't get colds. It doesn't mean that I don't have any reactions. Yes, my throat may be sore sometimes, my eyes or nose may be hurt sometimes, but I recover really quickly within a few days because I know what steps I need to take to get out of it. And it has nothing to do with fall, spring, winter, or summer. In fact, I can feel good all year long. Do you understand? Because my reaction has nothing to do with social compulsions, social processes that are going on. Other people get sick. They have their own processes going on in their lives. Mine is completely different. I had such a turning point when I was already practicing psychosomatics. My future wife and I lived together, but then she was still my future wife. She was my girlfriend. And she had some kind of a cold. Yes, there was some kind of process. She was coughing. And as I remember now, at night, I wake up and I feel that I have, this condition starts like scratching in the nose area. Yeah, like you would wake up and you would have a runny nose. So do you understand? Do you know that feeling? As if it is not there yet, but something is already starting to itch there, as if you will have a runny nose. I lie there and ask myself, and it was night. My beloved girl is sleeping and I have some processes going on. And I ask myself, and what is it in fact? What's going on with me? Tell me. And my body shows me that I am defending myself as if she is cocking and she is dangerous and I can get sick from something from her. And I have already practiced psychosomatics, and I say, where did I get this knowledge? I get pictures from childhood where parents, doctors, other people say that you can catch everything everywhere, you should do everything there, be careful, and something else. And I tell myself that I have strong immunity, that I have powerful immunity, that everything is fine with me. And my body relaxes to those words. When I say to myself that I have a strong immune system, that I will recover quickly and there is no reason for me to be sick, it is her who is going through some processes at work now. She is going through some changes. She is going through some stress. She is nervous. Yes, it is hers. It has nothing to do with me. She is in the recovery phase. It lets me go. I relax. And in the morning, I have a slight runny nose. The cells are recovering. Yes, but if I didn't work with myself, I think I would probably get sick. Yes, because the program would be activated. That's what happens most often when we're defending ourselves from those around us. So right now, in my family, I don't get sick. Yes, my relatives don't get sick. We immediately start to analyze what's going on in our family. Yes, what's going on in a person's life. And there may be some reactions, but immediately we have to take certain actions. I immediately analyzed, and what was going on in my childhood? Why was I so often sick? The first thing was there was a lot of stress. My parents were fighting. They had their unpleasant stories. And as a child, I was there. I could not get out of it. So, of course, it was a huge stress for me. And when I had bodily symptoms, instead of calming me down, relaxing, they put this yoke of fear on me even more, that something was wrong with me, as if I had some kind of wrong organism. It was like a vicious circle that was going around. And so when I grew up and I left my family, it was actually getting easier. And especially there was this compulsion that if you get sick, then everyone you live with must get sick. Yeah, that's what my father told me. When I was a child, I couldn't analyze whether it was true or not, because a parent is always a guru. Everything he says goes straight to the subcortex. But when I grew up, I already had experience and I had education, I had clients, I had my own results. I already realized that this is far from true, that it does not mean that if someone gets sick that everyone should get sick. This is far from true. If you get on the bus and someone coughs, it doesn't mean the whole bus is going to get sick, for sure. Some may get sick, some may not. Again, why do they get sick? Is it the fear factor? Yes. Is it the soil factor, immunity, what condition the person is in? Yeah. There's a lot of criteria that influence that. And today I want to share with you why colds are formed from the psychosomatic side. The first point sounds like this. It is when you do not allow yourself to rest. When you constantly plow and work, and this cold of yours, it's just a signal from your body. I can't take it anymore. That's it. Red button. Before that, your body was sending you some signals. Maybe you should rest. Maybe you should do something in another way. But you ignored it. Not now. I have a project. I have things to do. I have things to finish. And as people often do, when some kind of cold or fever strikes, instead of lying down so that the body can recover, what do they say? I can't be sick right now. Let me take some pills or something like that. I've got to run. I've got to finish things. So first of all, you're just working a lot. If you have frequent colds, you just need to rest. So if you have a cold, generally it's under any circumstances, the first thing you do, you rejoice. Hooray! So there are some processes going on in my life. I need to rest. Give yourself a day, 2 days there. Sleep, eat good food. Rest, spend this time with yourself. On the contrary, it's time for you to slow down. Do not scold yourself in any way. Do not blame yourself. Do not get angry with yourself, because this will close you down more and more in this state, and it will turn into some chronic form. You don't need to do that. Allow yourself to rest, and since you realize that you have not rested for a long time, you forbid yourself to rest, you should ask yourself the question, why do I forbid myself to rest? There is some kind of program there too. Perhaps I am overworking because I want to win love, I want to achieve something, or somehow there will be some program behind it. So here it is necessary to understand that yes, both work and rest are important for me. They have to be together. It should not be that I have to work for 6 months and then rest for 6 months. No. In every day I should have both tension and relaxation, and then there will be balance, then there will be health, then there will be life. Accordingly, you open your schedule, you realize that there are no days off, and you forcibly put rest into it. Forcibly. Realizing that it is your health. If you don't put rest in there, you're going to get sicker. So what? Well, in this case, I'm kind of congratulating you. So you're doing it consciously. You're saying to yourself, okay, I'm forbidding rest, so I'm what? I'm allowing myself to be sick. So it's okay that I'm going to get these colds from time to time. Sometimes, of course, it happens that some project, some action, that it is impossible to insert a vacation. It happens, but then you have to convince yourself to say, yes, now I need to complete some process to do it. I can't do it any other way, but then I will definitely have a rest then I will definitely give myself some kind of encouragement, treat myself somehow. And then anyway, I'll have balance, rest, relaxation, rest, relaxation. And then my body does not need to show me these red lights with the help of a cold. The second point, of course, is very important. It is your conviction, what you believe. If you believe that you have a strong immune system, of course you will feel better. If you believe that you are susceptible to disease, that you have a weak immune system, that there is something wrong with you, that you have a predisposition to something, I mean, whatever you've been told since you were a kid, then this is what will happen. Our body plays back the programs we have in our head. Do you understand? You can even do an experiment like this right now. Open your palm and imagine that you have a dangerous virus in the palm of your hand. And feel how your body reacts. Most likely it shrinks in response to this condition. And now I'm taking this virus away from you and putting medicine in it. So you will always be healthy in your life. Here's some super duper magic medicine. And feel your body respond. Yes, and now it has relaxed. It's talking about something. There is actually nothing on your hand. It was empty, and it is empty now. But I gave you information, and your body reacted to that information. Somewhere tense, somewhere relaxed. This is how it works in our life when we see that someone is sick, someone sneezes, and we close ourselves, protect ourselves from it. We turn on the fear. This does not mean that it is now necessary to have close contact with a person who is sick. No. We still keep a distance, we still maintain hygiene, but you have to be calm inside so that nothing turns on. If you want, then put on a mask. Yes, it might be even better to wear a mask if you have a close contact or something else. But inside, you have to be calm so that you don't turn on fear. Because often people turn on fear. They think it's an intensification of symptoms, and there's this vicious circle of self-twisting going on. Therefore, fears are very important. In general, when we talk about the immune system, people ask me, Vadim, but from the psychosomatic side, what affects our immune system? Fear. Fear destroys immunity, so the best prevention of your immunity is to work on your fears. And by the way, in today's video, in the comments, write down what fears you have, what's bothering you, and I'll make a separate video for you where I will analyze fears, their causes, and what to do with them in order to boost your immunity and feel good. We've talked to you about rest, we've talked to you about beliefs, we've talked to you about fears, and the next component is just the active stress that you have right now. For example, a girl comes to work and finds out that she's been given a new subordinate. But actually, she didn't need her. She had some of her own processes. What does she have? Inflammation in her throat. I don't accept this piece. I don't accept this situation due to some of my circumstances. And what does she have? A cold begins, an inflammatory process in the throat. And it constricts, it hurts, it's unpleasant. If she understands psychosomatics, she immediately realizes that this is due to a stressful situation in her life. If not, that, oh, I caught something, it's a draft, it's someone sneezed at work or something else. And if she also has fears about her health or someone there was sick, some kind of aggravated heredity in the family, that's all. This can generally be a person lost in thought. What if I have something serious? What if I have this? And this fear spins a person back into this vicious circle. That is why it is necessary to calm down, to understand what is going on in life. That is why your symptoms, in particular colds, can only indicate that there is some stress in your life now. And you need to deal with it. The simplest thing a girl can do at this moment is to replay this situation in her head. Imagine the emotions that she has. For example, I don't accept this situation. I don't accept some color, a gray color in my throat or maybe in my head, and just exhale that color. This is the simplest practice that absolutely every person can do. Do that a few times, 3 to 5 times, and she will feel already better. And if she also says at that moment what she felt to herself, it will be absolutely wonderful. That's a little practice. Now let's summarize, friends. What have we learned today? First, you don't have to be sick. When everyone else is sick, you can be a healthy person. You have to stop being afraid. You need to believe in yourself that you are a person with a strong immune system that recovers easily. If you have been sick, it doesn't mean you have a weak immune system. It means that you had a lot of accumulated stress in your life and no one helped you to deal with this stress or work. You have to look the other way. I was sick then, not because I had a bad immune system, but because my parents were constantly arguing in my house. And me, a little kid, I didn't feel safe. Do you understand? It's one thing, I feel like I have a weak immune system. The second point is that I'm just in a stressful environment. These are completely different things. So you have to believe that you are a person with a strong immune system. Make sure you analyze the stress that you have in your life. Like I gave the example of the woman at work. Also, if you have a bodily symptom, nose, I don't know, throat, eyes, fever, whatever. What happened the day before, for a week, for a month in my life, after that my body recovers. And it is necessary to finalize the emotions there. The easiest way is to breathe this emotion so that it is no longer in your body. And of course, working out your fears in general. What are you afraid of? What diseases, what processes in life? Because it all affects your health. You write me everything in the comments and I will prepare the broadcast for you. And of course, at the end of our interaction with you today, I want to give you my author's meditation for the immune system, boosting immunity. What is the uniqueness of this meditation? With this meditation, you will relax. Accordingly, what? Your control will be reduced, which is very beneficial for the body. Second, you will go to a new vibration, to a new level, the level of the unconscious, where we can activate the resources, the energy of our body, and there will be certain meanings, that is, instructions for you to recover and manage your health. It's a very deep, cool meditation. Our organism it's unique. It's really divine creation. But we don't always know how to use it. We often don't even know how to use it. And with the help of meditation, we can open the inner resources. Do this meditation, practice, and notice how your condition changes. You can do this practice during the day. You can do it before going to bed every day for a month. You can do it lying down, relaxed. You can try doing it standing up with your eyes open in front of a mirror. You can try to do this while sitting. This is how I'm sitting right now. Straight back. The eyes are closed. Feet touching the floor. Try it in different ways. Different options will have different sensations. Choose what you like best, and every time you will do better and better and better. It's like training. Friends, thank you for your precious attention today. I'm sure there has been a lot of value for you. Be sure to write in the comments if it was helpful. Please add pluses. Share insights about consciousness. And remember, dear friends, that health is simple. You are a person with a strong immune system. You just need knowledge and tools to work with yourself. Therefore, study psychosomatics. Listen to my lectures and practices. Open up. Health to you and your family. Thank you.